Jim Carrey is a name that brings a smile to millions. He's the master of physical comedy, the man behind countless unforgettable characters, and an actor who proved he could make us laugh and cry. But what if I told you that behind the laughs lies a story of incredible struggle, relentless determination, and profound transformation? Today, we're diving into the life of Jim Carrey, his journey from living in poverty to becoming one of the most celebrated stars in Hollywood. Jim Carrey was born on January 17, 1962, in Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. He grew up in a loving but struggling family. His father, Percy, was a musician who sacrificed his dreams to provide for the family, taking on a job as an accountant. But when Jim was 12, everything changed. Percy lost his job, and the family faced severe financial hardships. They were forced to live in a van for a time and later worked as janitors in a factory just to make ends meet. Jim described this time as one of the darkest in his life, but even then, he used humor to cope. He would entertain his family with impressions and goofy faces, showing early signs of the performer he would become. At 15, Jim made his stand-up debut at a Toronto comedy club. It didn't go well. His first performance was met with silence. But instead of giving up, Jim worked tirelessly to improve, practicing in front of a mirror for hours every day. His big break came when comedian Rodney Dangerfield noticed him and took him on tour. Jim's unique energy and rubber-faced expressions began to gain attention, but he still had bigger dreams that led him to Hollywood. In the early 1980s, Jim moved to Los Angeles, but the road to stardom wasn't easy. He faced rejection after rejection, struggling to find his place in an industry that didn't quite know what to do with his larger-than-life personality. During this time, Jim wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered, post-dated 5 years in the future. He kept it in his wallet as a reminder of his goals and his belief in himself. Jim's breakthrough came in 1990 when he joined the cast of In Living Color. His outrageous characters and physical comedy made him a standout. Then, in 1994, his career exploded. That year, Jim starred in 3 back-to-back hits: Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. Each film showcased his unparalleled comedic talent, and overnight, Jim Carrey became one of Hollywood's biggest stars. By the late 1990s, Jim wanted to show the world he was more than just a funny man. In 1998, he starred in The Truman Show, a film that blended satire with heartfelt drama. His performance earned him critical acclaim and a Golden Globe. Jim continued to surprise audiences with roles like Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon and the emotionally raw Joel Barish in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. These roles proved he was not just a comedian but a deeply talented actor capable of profound emotional depth. Behind the scenes, Jim faced his share of personal struggles. He battled depression for years, often questioning the meaning of fame and success. He also experienced personal losses, including the tragic death of his ex-girlfriend Catriona White in 2015. These events led Jim to take a step back from Hollywood, focusing on art, philosophy, and his own mental health. Today, Jim Carrey is not just an actor, he's an artist, a philosopher, and an inspiration. His speeches on life, purpose, and creativity have resonated with millions, showing a man who has evolved far beyond the roles that made him famous. Whether it's through his movies, his art, or his words, Jim Carrey continues to inspire us to embrace our true selves and find joy in the journey, no matter how challenging it may be. Jim Carrey's story is a reminder that even the brightest stars come from the darkest nights.